Today we are going to discuss our unit 5 and 6. These are financial risk management, that is unit 5, and forecasting analysis is 6. Broadly we have to discuss these things: risk and return, quantifying investment risk, diversification, beta and asset valuation, derivatives, correlation and regression, learning curve analysis, time series analysis, expected value and sensitivity analysis. These are the broader topics of the day. Before I go in the detailed discussion, I have to tell you what we are going to discuss in general. We will start our discussion from risk, and it is related to the return. Every investment, either you are an individual investor or you are a corporate investor, you have risk and you have expected return of it, and which is different. For example, if you make a restaurant, the profit is different. If you make a hotel, if you make a hostel, if you make you can say a shopping plaza, if you make a hospital, if you make a school, the income and expense structure for every organization is different. So if you have a lot of money, you have different options to invest. So what you are doing is, rather to invest all money in one business and lost all money once together, the concept is now arises that you take different sort of risk. This is called splitting the risk, and because every risk has its own returns, so if one business is giving loss, the other business will giving you a profit. This is the concept of portfolio management, on which the all banking industry or financial analysts for the groups, they are working on that concept. That they see, we have a trading company, we have a manufacturing company, we have a real estate, we have a bank, we have a finance house, we have the hotels, we have the resorts. So every owner is the same. So being an analyst, we also all is protecting his money, and we are giving them options that this is the best investment, it has expected risk, expected return. Risk is the expected loss. More expectation of the loss, the more your money is at stake. In financial management, we have a basic principle that higher the risk, higher the returns. Because once you take more risk, you expect more money. For example, one way is to earn is you get up in the morning, you go to the office, after 30 days you will get little salary, maybe 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, depends. And the easiest way, but most risky way, is you go in some other home and you cash them and snatch their money. Maybe you in one day you will get 100,000. Rest 29 days you can sleep. So it's an option. Options are with you, right? I'm just explaining you risk and risk in a simple way, so it should be in your mind. So what you did is, you took a big risk. You took a risk of be in prison. If you caught red-handed in the home, your career was finished. You took a big risk, you get a big return. Those who take small risk, they go to the office every day after 30 days because they have work, they have a secured risk, they have a secured income. This is how we have to see. Now if you feel stock market is going very bad, no one is going to the stock market because it's not going good, you go to the stocks, invest. What you did, you took more risk, and maybe you come up with more returns. It may be positive returns, it may be negative. Higher the risk, higher the return. So this is the concept of risk and return. Being an CPA, we have to invest we have to advise our board of directors where they should invest. But before that, we should know that what is the risk and what are the returns associated with any investment. Then we will quantify investment risk. Then we have to discuss what are the types of the risk. We have so many risks. Risk of losing the job, risk of getting accident, risk of default risk, there our heart stop working. This is another sort of risk which is associated with us. Our car can be stolen. This is a risk. Environmental risks are there. Oxygen, cyclone, rain will damage us. This is another risk. So in case of so many risks, business also has the risk. The biggest risk with the business is the business itself can lose. That is a business risk. The nature of the business that you started, it was a software house. That software no more. New software technology has come. So the depletion risk is there. Then your employees may involve in fraudulent activities, employee risk. All transactions are not posted, transaction risk. Auditor did not perform good audit risk. Right? Management is not focusing on the core area, managerial risk. So lot of risks are involved within the company. Our work is to identify the risk, then prioritize the risk based on the fatality and the volatileness. We have to prioritize, and then we have to apply techniques to mitigate the loss. Mitigate the risk means how to avoid the risk or eliminate the risk. Elimination of the risk is not possible. Minimizing and reducing is required. Diversification, when in the environment, when you are going to spend everything in real estate, and real estate suddenly there is no demand, so you lost your money in one business, that is no more an approach. Now the approach is to go for a diversification. If you are selling milk, you can sell the mobile, you can open a trading shop, you can make a retail business. This is how you diversify, and the purpose is the same, to spread your risk over different businesses, and because every business has its own expected return. So if this business is in loss, this business is normal, this business is good, so you can, on total cumulative effect is positive. Beta is the term, is a statistic term which is used to calculate the variations of the stock movements. Alright, this we will discuss in detail. Asset valuation, what is asset? Asset is a valuable, your car, your equipment, your plant, your home, your buildings, these are assets, how we value. Derivatives are the form of financial instruments. Correlation and regression are statistical techniques. This is in basic school maths we studied that there is a variable x, there is a variable y, and if they move together they are correlated. If they don't move together, these are not correlated. Correlation generally is equal to 1. It is positively correlated. Why we study? If the government gives more incentive to the manufacturer, so more production will take place. There is a correlation between government policies and manufacturing. That's why we discuss. If you see the economy in whole, as an analyst, you should know what policy is going to bring the change in the business phenomenon. And within the companies also, if you are going to have more sales staff, does it relate with more sales figures? If you have more customer services agents, are the customers satisfied? If yes, then it is positively correlated. Otherwise, this is negatively correlated, or there is little combination. Suppose if a student says, I will study whole night and I will pass. If he study whole night, he pass. So studying whole night and pass are correlated. If a student says, I don't study, I pass. So then not studying and passing is correlated. Because if you don't study, you pass, so both are correlated. But it is in fact opposite. If you don't study, you don't pass. So this is correlation. Regression is another statistic terms in which we have to discuss the least square method. Y is equal to a plus bx. Learning curve is a term that we use for the learning attitude. For example, if you do one task one time, it takes more time. But if you do it repeatedly, the frequency and the timing and the resources required to complete the task become reduced. For example, when you take a new home, you have to see towards the log, and then you open the log, you go inside, then you search for the button, where is the button, then you open this one. After a few days, without looking to the door, you can put your key, door will be open. Now you know where is the switch, you will open it. So what is that? That is the learning curve. That you do one task repeatedly, so the time required to complete will reduce. So every organization has to understand their learning curves, because learning curves will going to minimize their efficiency, minimizing their cost in terms of all operations. So the learning curve we will discuss. Generally this is assume 20% we have to reduce every time. So if it is 100 first time, next time is 80, and then the 20% of the 80 next time, something like this. Time series analysis is very important for a CPA or for any guy who is involved. For example, if you are making a budget, so you have to see the figure of 2010, 2008, 2009, 7. So you can make a budget based on these actual figures. It cannot be justified that if your sale is 10 million in 2010 and 2011 budget, you make it 100 million. Because the budget is not just an Excel sheet, it is a lot of logics, explanation, and sub-plans should be associated with the master plans. This is how budgets we develop. So time series analysis will tell us a trend, how the expenses are moving ahead, how it is controlled, which month it was more, what was the reason. We can analyze, we can see different kind of things by reviewing the time series analysis. For example, you can compare your income in 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 10, and then you can expect 2011 and 12. You cannot say that you are making, say, if you are making like 20,000, so in 2011 you will make 50,000. This will be unrealistic in the approach. So trend analysis will clear. But if you don't make any trend analysis, you come up with a budget only showing 2011, written 50,000 will be my income. So the viewer will not be able to see that what was, the natural question comes in our mind, what was your last year income? So we can compare that how true you are, how realistic you are in your approach. That's why we use time series analysis. Expected value is what is the expectation that tomorrow the rain will come. We have to see, because today it was cloudy, so maybe tomorrow rain can come, 60% chances are there. This is the expected value. For example, if we target 100 million for our business, what is the expected value that we will reach? That we have to define, maybe 40%, 20%, 30%, maybe 100%. We are sure that whatever we plan, we will get that one. This is the concept of expected value, and we have to see the probabilities into it, a simple level. And sensitivity analysis can be seen in two ways. One is, do you have some element in the business which is sensitive? Suppose we are a manufacturing company, we make cement, we have direct material, labor, overheads. So maybe labor is our sensitive element. because labor cost is very high, so or the labor availability is very less. So labor is our sensitive element. We have to focus on this sensitive element, that how to control it. The other way to see it, if you make a budget, this is the method to give options in order to secure a financial analyst. You make a budget for the board of directors, and you told them in 2011 you will make sales of 100 million. So you do it sensitive, you apply sensitivity on it. That what is the sensitivity of the each element. So you assume, okay, 15% is the sensitivity. If other factors we change, so the sale will also change.